I'm Todd Grisham, and welcome inside the Lighthouse Theater. And what a night and what a fight we expect this to be. And watching this live with me is Johnny Nelson.
Hi, Todd. Nice to be here with you.
It's time for our tale of the tape. So it's the legend Rocky Marciano. He's only 179 centimeters tall with a reach of 173 centimeters. And they'll be facing Larry Holmes, weighed in at 226 pounds. He is Rocky Marciano. And here comes the Easton assassin, Larry Holmes, perhaps one of the most underrated and underappreciated heavyweight champions of all time. He's got plenty of power and one of the best jabs in the heavyweight division.
The reach, how on earth are they going to get through that jab?
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the...
Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
This is the night. Everybody's looking forward to this night. The heat, the atmosphere, you can cut it with a knife.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. And here we go. Marciano with one of the best right hands in boxing history. If he catches you flush, it's good night. Lucky that hook didn't score. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. Fighters love being in this venue as the audience is right on top of you, and they will be bringing the heat tonight. They are ready to watch this showdown.
This is that place you want to say, I fought there, I've been there, and now we are here.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice job getting that punch through. No rest for the weary. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. That jab doesn't find a home. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Who's winning this fight right now? I have no idea.
That was super tight. I dread being a judge.
Take the round off and win the round on your jab.
And there's the bell for round 2. Who will be buzzed first?
We're supposed to be the pros, Todd. I have no idea how this is going. But their approach to this next round, look at them. Confident as though they're fresh as a daisy.
This fighter is a swarmer. They're like a mosquito that just won't leave you alone, except this mosquito can knock you out with one punch.
You fight a swarmer, you've got to protect everything. The body with the elbows, the head with the forearm. You've got to try and push them off balance because they will just stay in your face.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Incredible firepower from both of these heavyweights. Good counter punching. Can they figure out the combination to this sink?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. That big hook doesn't land. Beautiful counter shot. Do you believe what we're seeing? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special.
Get your mind back on the job.
The bell rings and we start the third. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
How about that time counter shot? Willing to go where the other fighter won't. That hook won't score. Those counter punches have to hurt. These two fighters are made for one another. Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
This fight has a real good flow to it. Time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Threw the left uppercut, but it misses. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Down big time on the scores.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
You've done all that work all the way through camp, and now you're gonna go back out there.
There's the bell for round 4. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Uppercut misses. Trying to fight like Roy Jones Jr. now, bouncing on the toes. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
So you're getting in there with somebody that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get in close.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Away. That counter punch caught him clean. You'd like to see more jabs. Well done with that counter shot. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. for them.
That's his round.
Time for the 5th round. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. There's a counter shot. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself down trying to get that shot, and that's when he'll catch you.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. Is a massive knockdown. Let's take another look.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You still want to fight?
Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. Talk about Holmes in that last round. That'll be a 10-8 round for sure with the knockdown.
You've been put down, you've got to think right. Survive.
There's the bell to start round 6. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Now you've got 2 fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
That jab not going to score. That jab won't score. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite level stuff here.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Nice counter shot. Back and forth they go. And he scores with the counter. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
And now you've let him back in. That's going to be a tough one.
There's the bell to start round 7. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart, because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
That left uppercut doesn't score. Trying to land that jab. One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tell. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. They blocked the left there. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Both men step back for just a moment. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. That bell could not have come soon enough. And we enter the 8th round. After that last round, something has got to change.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym. You can do it in the fight. They've got to relax.
Holding nothing back here in the round. Jab misses. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. And you've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses. How do you deal with it?
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. No surprise there, a unanimous decision.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight, what a style, what a pace to get a unanimous decision.
Pick a side. Will you live? Will you die? Will you quit? Will you try? Sweating eyes. Who am I? Champion till I die. Every morning, every night. Boy, I gotta look alive. Now you can hear the crowd going wow. Yeah. You know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down. You know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down.
Welcome to what many consider to be the new home for boxing. We are in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia at Kingdom Arena. Alongside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
About time too.
Time for our tale of the tape. This Muhammad Ali, young man rumble. That's the mantra. Here comes the Easton assassin Larry Holmes. Dominated the heavyweight division in the early 80s. In fact, he went 48 fights before suffering his first defeat. Watch out for that very impressive jab.
This is going to be one hell of a fight.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner,
introducing in this corner, undefeated in his campaign with a record of 20.
All the talking has been done. It's time to start doing the walk. These athletes have been waiting a long time to square off. Here we go. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. They exchange punches. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. This fighter embodies the cardinal rule of boxing. Hit and don't get hit.
These are my kind of fights, boxing on the edge of the ring, using the jab, using the footwork, moving left and right. It's like a bull in a matador.
A very competitive round here so far.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Counter shot. Which one of these athletes is going to say I can't take it anymore? And this is incredible action from both of these heavyweights. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. It's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
All right. Nice round, good round. I like that. I'm happy. Good man. Don't worry about it.
Get your mind back on the job.
Landing your power shots. Good work. Don't forget the jab, and don't...
Hey, you're much better than that guy. You're much better. He's not even in your league. Come on, switch on. Get your boxing back together.
And there's the bell for round 2. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Trying to land that jab. That counter punch caught him clean. This fighter focuses on that outside game. You don't see them get hit too often. You don't see them in trouble a lot, but that's what their mantra is.
Do not give an outside fighter time to think. You've got to make the fighter panic. You've got to rush the fighter into doing things they don't normally do.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Can they figure out the combination to this set?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. A perfect counter shot. Punch, counter punch. Nice counter punch right up the middle. The courage on display here is incredible. That hook doesn't score. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. You know that bell was sweet music to his ear. Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
They're giving us a high-tempo show. That counter shot lands. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. He threw a punch and just got countered. And he scores with the counter. Time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. How about that time counter shot? There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. What would you tell this guy if he's got to do something different?
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round, you're getting it.
Here we go to the 4th round. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Catch and shoot. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. Caught him. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
You've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses. How do you deal with it?
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
Good counter punch. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
You can't leave it up to...
And there's the bell for round 5. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You'd like to see more jabs. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in the fight. You've got to relax.
I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Misses with the jab. A perfect counter lands. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. That uppercut just missed. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Boxing judging can be sometimes. There's the bell to start round 6. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite level stuff here.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
There's a counter shot. It's all offense all the time. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Counter punch. This is the heavyweight division. One punch could end this fight.
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out the way, box him. Frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he'll close you down.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
Every second, every minute of this fight.
And there's the bell for round 7. After that last round, something has got to change.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. Nice counter shot. Straight right just misses. do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
He's going to loosen things up here. Let's see how he does with this fancy footwork. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. At this point, you gotta believe he can't win on the scorecards. There's the bell to start round 8. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
He misses with that jab. Has to be careful for that. Larry Holmes now stumbling backwards. How did they survive that?
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Beautiful counter shot. Nobody home with that hook. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. So the judges can't make up their mind. No one wins, no one loses. This fight ends in a draw.
No complaints there at all. The crowd agree, I agree. The ref knew exactly what he was doing. So you know what? Great shout. I look forward to fight number 2.
The grind and sweat, the blood, the time I mold